PS Plus Extra and Premium time yet again. The mid-month update that adds even more games to the catalogue and also removes a bunch too. I'll show you a little gameplay and give an overview of all the games coming, and your job is to decide what to play. The following games will be downloadable from about midday on August the 20th. I'm Adam, hello there, let's do this! Geralt of Rivia kicks off the month with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. First released back in 2015, this version of the game also includes the updated PS5 version alongside that of the PS4. The open-world action role-playing game has us fill the boots of the iconic monster slayer who is tracking down his adopted daughter Ciri, who by the way is prophesied to have world-altering abilities, and many people see her as a living weapon and therefore target her like the Wild Hunt. In terms of combat, Geralt has his trusty swords, yet he can also wield magic thanks to a robust alchemy system, allowing all players to build their Geralt to suit their playstyle. Away from fighting, Geralt can also use his silver tongue to get through things without unsheathing his sword, as we can use dialogue trees to manipulate conversations. We may be in this world to find Ciri, but the sheer amount of side quests to complete, hunts to go on, and Gwent to be played is astonishing. Oh, and don't worry too much if you haven't played the previous two games, the storytelling uses flashbacks to add context, and even the most loyal of fans will get confused at least once or twice during the game. Reviewers love The Witcher 3, with many perfect 10 scores. The average review overall is 9.4, so will you play it? Next, a game I've kept my eye on since release, Cult of the Lamb. Part roguelike, part construction and management sim. Let me explain. Our baby sheep here is told by a mysterious godlike being to form a cult. To do this, we venture out into the 4 regions of the game and defeat heretics, rescuing captured animals and bringing them home after fighting through dungeon crawler-like levels. The world is randomly generated and randomized perks and weapons can be found out there. Then, at home base, we manage our followers and build up our village, all while the unruly deity grows in power. I don't think he's the good guy here. We must keep our followers happy to keep growing the settlement and continuously venture out to defeat other cults. Originally, Cult of the Lamb was a single-player game, until recently, when the Unholy Alliance update added co-op and a new goat character too. Reviewers love this, with an average score of 86 out of 100. Game 3 is Wild Hearts on the PS5. Imagine if Monster Hunter and Fortnite made a game. Weird, I know. We play as a hunter and track down huge beasts and monsters, and we also have the ability to build, constructing height in mere seconds. Playable in solo or in co-op teams of 3 online, we simply rid the 4 regions of the world of any threat, using defeated monsters to upgrade our own gear. If you've played Monster Hunter World, it's almost identical to be honest, but that said, there are skill trees on offer here and they're plentiful, and Wild Hearts does something more games should allow us to do: the removal of skill points to roll back weapons to respend elsewhere. We aren't forced to stand by bad decisions we make, which is great. The building mechanics go a little further too, with turrets and gliders to call upon once unlocked. The major concession back then was that Wild Hearts was released in a poor technical state with frame drops and lagging and a bit of clipping too, and I'd like to say that most of those issues will have been sorted now 16 months later. Wild Hearts on Metacritic has a 79 out of 100 rating. Game 4 is Watch Dogs 2, and don't worry if your Deja is being vooed right now, this is another re-release into the catalogue, after being removed a couple of months back. Watch Dogs 2 is the hacker-focused open world, this time set in San Francisco, as DedSec try to take down an operating system that manipulates normies who stare at their phone too often. Maybe that's you right now, is it? Watch Dogs 2 reviews average at 82 out of 100. Speaking of games coming back to the service, back again is Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker, the squad brawler allowing teams of 4 to beat the living daylights out of each other to find out who is the best ninja of all, and only lag and your online teammates can stop you claiming that title. Average review score 61%. Yikes. Racing fans, this month you're on 2 wheels instead of 4 as Ride 5 joins the catalogue. Released just under 1 year ago, Ride 5 has us racing across 4 continents in simulation fashion. It's not an arcade game at all. We really need to know how to corner, when to brake, or we're going to slide off and fail. Definitely for simulation purists due to the steep learning curve. The other AI riders are desperate to win too, making for some thrilling races with a single overshot braking zone deciding everything. Controllers will be smashed in Ride 5. Metacritic score 75%. Next we have not 1, not 2, not even 3. We have 4 Sword Art Online games. I have to admit, I know nothing of this franchise, so I'll paraphrase their blurb here. Last Recollection is the culmination of the long-running series as the War of the Underworld arc comes to an end alongside the anime show. The games are MMORPGs with a sprawling world to explore and multiple characters to utilise with jaw-dropping abilities. As this is an online game, we are able to play in a team with friends or go it alone. As well as Sword Art Online Last Recollection, the other Sword Art games are Alicization Licorice? I've no idea if I said that right, Fatal Bullet, and Hollow Realization. So 4 chances to become addicted to another series. Good luck. If you're this far into the video and you're still unsure what to play, let me suggest a game for you may have missed in the never-ending doom scroll. With the rise of Souls-like games, you may have forgotten the game that started it all, Demon's Souls, is in PS Plus Extra. The PS5 remaster of the 2009 game is an action RPG that prides itself on challenging the player to breaking point and punishing any mistakes made. Combat is 100% risk versus reward, but the slew of weapon types and play styles make every playthrough feel totally different. Not that I'm good enough to actually finish the game. But if you want to take a trip down memory lane, but also maintain some of the modern standards of video games, the birth of the Souls-like is here. Play Demon's Souls to see how it all began. And as always, when Sony give with one hand, they take with the other, as 10 games are leaving PS Plus Extra this month. On August 20th, Sea of Stars, the retro-inspired RPG with a whopping 87% on Metacritic, is leaving, as too is Lost Judgment, the spin-off to the Yakuza series as we play as a private detective in a game crammed with content. Some serious, some absolutely insane. Racers this month will lose Need for Speed Unbound and Say See You Later to Destroy All Humans 1 and 2, Midnight Fight Express, Trials of Mana, Moving Out 2, and Spellforce Reforged. Finally, on August 31st, NBA 2K24 is taking all their meatballs away as the Standard and Kobe Bryant editions are removed. We've been doing this for over 2 years now, and at some point, it's pretty much guaranteed these games will return. But until then, they will become locked on your home screen and unable to play on the subscription service. But they'll be back. Okay, over to the premium tier of PS Plus, which is called Deluxe in some countries. And the push for PSVR 2 continues this month with Vacation Simulator included. Just like last month's Job Simulator, this starts off as a recreation of everyday tasks we do on holiday and quickly becomes a sandbox of rule breaking and just doing dumb stuff. And I believe this game has Jacksepticeye voicing one of the characters. Oh, and Vacation Simulator is set in the year 2060. We are closer than you think. Speaking of the future, welcome to the year 2035. The PlayStation Classic catalogue will receive 3 TimeSplitters games from the PS2 era: the OG TimeSplitters, TimeSplitters 2, and TimeSplitters Future Perfect. The game will look better than what you're seeing right now, as the classic catalogue lightly drags each game up to modern standards. All 3 games support split-screen co-op and were highly rated back in the day, especially TimeSplitters 2. Oh, and there is actually one more game, and it's another Sword Art Online. Lost Song from the PS3 era is able to be streamed as we journey to the floating continent and the city of Rhine. 5 Sword Art Online games. How lucky are we? So that's our month. What are you thinking? Happy, sad, delighted, mad? Let me know in the comments. I'm Adam. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'll see you next time.